Hello and good evening. You are watching Newsplus right here on ZTN Prime. It is a Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Here are the stories making the headlines tonight. President Mnangagwa says SMEs are one of the principal pillars of Zimbabwe's economy. He was officially opening the inaugural National SMEs and Cooperative Indaba in Harare. The visiting delegation from the University of Zambia, class of 1975, has been impressed by the E.D. Mnangagwa Law School and wants to replicate the model at UNZA. The World Health Organization has warned of the further spread of Ebola in the DRC as confirmed cases now exceed 2,100. And in sport, the Chevrons have suffered a 34-run defeat at the hands of Bangladesh to the level the three-match T20 International Series 1-1. Now, do remember you can catch up and watch stories when you download the ZTN Prime app on Google Play Store or on Apple App Store or by visiting ztnprime.com. Our top story this evening. President Emmerson Mnangagwa says micro, small and medium enterprises are no longer peripheral to Zimbabwe's economy, but one of its principal pillars. The president was officially opening the inaugural National SMEs and Cooperatives Indaba in Harare this Friday. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to reducing the cost of doing business and eliminating compliance burdens for the sector, saying regulatory reforms are critical to accelerating the formalization and growth of the sector. The president also challenged entrepreneurs to drive industrialization, innovation and value addition, while reaffirming government's commitment to building an enabling environment for business growth. ZTN Prime's Eben Mabunda reports.
Now, President Emmerson Mnangagwa presided over the inaugural National SMEs and Cooperatives Indaba in the capital city, Harare, where he called upon small to medium enterprises to go beyond the survivalist mode and graduate into key drivers of economic transformation, value addition, as well as export orientation. President Mnangagwa challenged entrepreneurs to formalize their businesses, embrace value addition and innovation, and grow into larger enterprises capable of competing in regional and international markets. The president toured various exhibition stands showcasing products and innovations by micro, small and medium enterprises, commending the quality of locally produced goods.
Enterprises must graduate from micro, small to medium, and the medium to large scale enterprises through a hard but honest work. Ingenuity, innovation, focus, and a zeal. There is no limit to what can be achieved by you.
President Mnangagwa said formalization remains a national priority, with the government implementing comprehensive reforms to create an enabling business environment. He also assured SMEs of continued government support through improved access to finance, digital transformation initiatives, infrastructure development, and entrepreneurship training.
Government is embarked on a comprehensive regulatory reform program aimed at easing the cost of doing business and slashing compliance burdens. In return, I urge entrepreneurs to embrace formalization.
The president also launched the National Cooperative Development Policy aimed at strengthening Zimbabwe's 10,800 cooperatives, which have a membership of more than 3 million people.
This is the National Cooperative Societies Development Policy, building prosperous cooperative societies for equity and sustainability towards an inclusive economy.
Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Minister, Honorable Monica Muchanga, re-emphasized the role played by the sector, which is responsible for employing 60% of the population.
With appropriate policies, strategic partnerships, and an enabling business environment, SMEs and cooperatives can grow into competitive enterprises capable of driving industrialization.
Micro, small to medium enterprises contribute a whopping 60% to Zimbabwe's $55 billion economy. Now, the president has made it clear that his government will continue to provide the necessary support for this vital cog to Zimbabwe's economy as Zimbabwe leapfrogs to the 2030 agenda. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Eben Mabunda, Zimbabwe's capital, Harare.
Now in other news, the University of Zambia class of 1975 this Friday met with President Emmerson Mnangagwa at State House in Harare, with the delegation applauding the Emerson Dambudzo E.D. Mnangagwa School of Law in Kwekwe for its contribution to legal education. The delegation is in Zimbabwe on a benchmarking visit to study the Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa School of Law with a view of replicating its model at the University of Zambia. Addressing the media after meeting President Mnangagwa, the head of delegation and the president's former classmate at the University of Zambia, Professor Mpanzi Sinjela, said they were impressed by the E.D. Mnangagwa Law School.
We were impressed with the E.D. Law School in Kwekwe. And since he was one of us at the University of Zambia School of Law, we're in the process of building a law school. And before we can commence, we wanted to see what the E.D. Law School looks like. We've been extremely impressed, and we would like very much that we copy some ideas, if not a replication, of that law school and bring it to Zambia as well. As you know, he was our classmate, the Unza Law class of 1975, and since that time, we have continuously been in touch. We have continuously come and visited as friends, of course. And that's really our main preoccupation, is to launch the fundraising exercise for the construction of a sister law school in Zambia.
Now, do remember you can watch more stories when you download the ZTN Prime app on Google Play Store or on Apple App Store, or by visiting ztnprime.com. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Tired of long journeys and queues? Accessing NASA benefits just got a whole lot easier. Introducing the new NASA Claims Portal. Whether you're at the normal retirement age of 60 or 65 for late retirement, you can now claim online from the comfort of your home or office. Registered contributors can also claim for invalidity if below 60 years and medically certified incapacitated, or early retirement at age 55 for arduous occupations. It's faster, better, and just a few clicks away. Claim today at selfservice.nasa.org.zw. NASA, a lifelong promise.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m, Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m, Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m, and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m, Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, Channel 133 on DSTV.
Welcome back. You are still watching Newsplus. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, preparations for the 23rd ZANU-PF National People's Conference is well at an advanced stage as the ruling party positions the annual gathering to showcase the country's economic transformation through small and medium enterprises. The conference to be held in Chinoy in October under the theme From Resolutions to Results, Consolidating Economic Development and Deepening Economic Empowerment Toward Vision 2030 is expected to bring together thousands of delegates from across the country to review the implementation of party resolutions and map the way forward for the country's socio-economic development.
All plans are ahead of schedule for our 23rd National People's Conference, which is slated for October of this year. Our conference will be running under the theme From Resolutions to Results, Consolidating Economic Development and Deepening Empowerment Towards Vision 2030. As a party, whenever we set a target, we always ensure that we are always ahead of that target. So the high-power delegation led by Comrade Chinamasa, which was in Chinoy on the 8th of July, saw for themselves that preparations are indeed ahead of schedule, and the leadership that came was actually very satisfied with progress. So we are looking forward to this. As we all know, it is a conference where we get our resolutions, and with the advent of resolution number 1, which has been trending this year, the nation of Zimbabwe has realized the importance of following up on what occurs at conference. It is not just a meeting, but this is where the people's needs and desires are communicated and interpreted, and resolutions made which guide the path and the trajectory of this country.
Now, the president of the Zimbabwe African National Congress, Timothy Mncube, has joined the ruling party ZANU-PF, saying the country's development trajectory under President Emmerson Mnangagwa influenced his decision. He announced his defection in a statement released this Friday. Now, Mncube, who contested in the 2023 harmonized elections under the ZANK banner, said he has decided to return to what he described as his former political home to contribute to Zimbabwe's development.
After deep reflection, sincere consultation and careful consideration of the direction of our nation is taking, I have made the decision to return to my former political home, ZANU-PF party. This decision has not been driven by emotion or personal interest. It is a decision guided by my conviction, responsibility, and my unwavering desire to contribute meaningfully to the future of our country.
Now, he went on to say the Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 further convinced him that the envisaged governance reforms will strengthen state institutions and positively influence the country's developmental agenda. Mncube acknowledged that while the country continues to face challenges, progress requires citizens to actively participate in nation building rather than criticize from the sidelines.
That we are now jumping the ship from ZANK to ZANU-PF. We all agreed that we're going to move together to ZANU-PF party. Reason being, we observed all the goodies the ZANU-PF has been doing on this new dispensation. We saw a lot of development in various places all over the country. So we agreed in general that all of us were going to ZANU-PF. No one is remaining.
Now, as the Heroes' Holiday fast approaches, war veterans say they remain committed to upholding their values and preserving the gains of the liberation struggle. War Veterans Secretary Comrade Douglas Mahia also challenged youths to emulate the war veterans by being disciplined and loyal to serving the nation.
So, I liken the war veterans to Isaac. Disciplined, committed, loyal, respectful to the people of Zimbabwe, to accept losing life for the people. And that loss of life, the shedding of blood, actually means whatever is going to be carried out under that as a principle is not a mere agreement, it is a covenant. So the war veterans had a covenant with the people of Zimbabwe, respecting their own people, loyal to their own people, discipline to their own people, and some of them died. We were lucky to be alive, but this is where the power of the party ZANU-PF, because the ZANU-PF is the people. So the people of Zimbabwe have got the power from sacrifice. It is out of a divine covenant with God, because they sacrificed their own children in order to get the political power that the party today ZANU-PF has, and has created a government led by Comrade E.D. Mnangagwa as president and first secretary of the party ZANU-PF.
Now, in agricultural news, government is empowering rural farmers through the 15% mechanization facility, which is enabling farmers in Goromonzi district to significantly expand their farming operations.
The program allows farmers to acquire agricultural machinery by paying a 15% deposit through financing institutions. Under the scheme, farmers will access tractors, seed drills, planters, disc harrows and plows without the need for collateral as part of efforts to modernize agriculture.
As farmers, and the best way to improve in terms of production is to have our operations on time and to the full capacity.
Resultantly, the initiative has seen the national tractor fleet grow from 8,000 in 2020 to more than 17,500, while the number of combined harvesters has increased from 150 to over 315.
Through these facilities, we have been able to improve the tractor population in the country from around 8,000 in 2020. Now we are currently sitting at over 17,500. And this is through the uptake of tractors in these facilities.
One of the beneficiaries, Pardon Chipamu, says he has expanded his farm from 10 hectares to 200 hectares after acquiring a tractor and a combined harvester under the facility. His farm now produces maize, potatoes, soybeans, and a variety of horticultural crops.
Makore ese patairima tatine dambudziko nechokukowesa tatine dambudziko retractor tairima ma 10 hectares iye zvinezvi takukwanisa kuti ma 120 to 200 hectares through youth empowerment. Tikotenda bhengi redu mafacilities edu atiri kuramba bamunangagwa.
As authorities continue to push for an agro-based economy, the mechanization drive is expected to empower more smallholder farmers, enhance agricultural efficiency, contribute to food security and national development. For ZTM Prime, I am Mashudu Mambo in Goromonzi.
Now remember, you can catch up and watch news stories and watch them as they unfold when you download the ZTN Prime app on Google Play Store or on Apple App Store, or when you visit ztnprime.com. Now, in news from around the world, the United Nations hopes that the 2026 World Artificial Intelligence Conference will promote the responsible use of AI for the benefit of all. Now, this World Artificial Intelligence Conference will be attended by high-level stakeholders and delegates, including UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who has arrived in Shanghai to attend it. And this meeting is going to be held from Friday up till Monday. In DR Congo, the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has exceeded 2,100 confirmed cases and remains the fastest growing epidemic of its kind on record. World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom said active armed conflict, insecurity, and community resistance are hampering access to affected areas. He warned that transmission continues to outpace response efforts despite significant gains in surveillance, treatment, and research. The DRC situation report showed that 725 patients were in isolation or hospitalization as of the 15th of July, while 390 others have recovered. Overall bed occupancy stood at 85.6%, although several treatment facilities in Ituri and North Kivu remained severely overcrowded. You are watching Newsplus. We'll be back with business news. Stay with us.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as $10 live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Didn't graduate? I guess I blew it.
You couldn't advise him anything. He would just look at you and say, so who do you think you are?
We were just like really spoiled.
And then they just give me the receipt and I'd pay.
That guy walks in one day and then he says that he wants to make a movie.
He was blowing the money.
There was just like this habit that he had where as soon as he got money, it was gone.
I just didn't have the skills or the experience.
This money, I could see it disappear so fast.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the world of business. Government's ban on the export of lithium concentrates and other raw minerals is beginning to deliver positive results after its call for value addition and beneficiation, with lithium producers now complying with this policy. Mines and Mining Development Minister Engineer Polite Kambamura said this during a tour of the Prospect Lithium Mine Zimbabwe in Goromonzi this Friday. The minister further said that government is still sticking with the ban on lithium exportation.
So they'll be producing lithium sulfate, they'll be producing lithium carbonate. This is a good show, especially considering that government is not going to rest till we produce the first lithium battery in Africa. That's where we are going. So all the salts, top of lithium sulfate, now we are going to lithium carbonate. The next step will be getting lithium batteries in Zimbabwe. For now, we are not talking about the waiver. We are still sticking to the 1st of January. The producers were given a notice in June 2025. This 18-month period. January 2027. So the February ban, the February 2026 ban was just a reminder, just a thing to say, hey, we are still on with the notice. So we are not going to change everything.
Now, Prospect Lithium Mine Zimbabwe is a sole lithium sulfate plant owned by China's Zhejiang Huayong Belt. The plant has a stored capacity of 50,000 plants of lithium sulfate per annum and is currently operating at 60% capacity. Lithium Prospect Zimbabwe mining manager Mthokozisi Goliath said their production is at the post-commissioning stage.
Our production right now, we are post-commissioning stage. So we are ramping slowly as we calibrate and also optimize, come up with optimum operating parameters for the operation. So for now, we are 60% in terms of production, 60% of the design capacity of the plant.
And now we take a look at sporting news.
Didn't graduate? I guess I blew it.
You couldn't advise him anything. He would just look at you and say, so who do you think you are?
We were just like really spoiled.
And then they just give me the receipt and I'd pay.
That guy walks in one day and then he says that he wants to make a movie.
He was blowing the money.
There was just like this habit that he had where as soon as he got money, it was gone.
I just didn't have the skills or the experience.
This money, I could see it disappear so fast.
Welcome back. You are still watching Newsplus. Now in sport tonight, we start off with some cricket, with the Zimbabwe senior men's cricket team having suffered a 34-run defeat as Bangladesh leveled the three-match T20 International Series 1-1. After winning the toss, Captain Skandaraza threw in the visitors to bat first as they enjoyed a difficult day in the field, dropping 6 catches as Bangladesh posted a challenging 186 for the loss of 5 wickets. Chevron's bowling consultant Quinton Friend bemoaned how the side struggled to handle catches as they dropped 6 and called on his charges to be better.
Where do you often see, one player being in a position to drop catches, so many catches in one game, and probably the same batter? And at the end of the day, you've got to look back at how your training has gone. Our training has gone superbly well. We're putting in the time, the effort, the practice to be able to perfect that. And like I said before, it's not about you dropping catches on purpose, but we have to be better. We have to be better as a group, when it comes to fielding, because that's the make or break when you're wanting to win T20 international. Any international match, you've got to be at your best. We did superbly well in game 1 in the field. We took some really good high catches in tough conditions with a bit of wind. But today it totally didn't go away from that perspective. So yeah, I don't think you have to try and keep everyone positive. You've got to keep people in positive space. It's important that players feel that they belong at this level. And there's no reason why he needs to feel that he's not required to be at this level, because he is. He's earned the right to be here. And we've got to make sure that we keep them positive come game 3.
In football, Scotland will be hoping to continue with their good run of form as they travel to Bulawayo for Sunday's showdown with Highlanders at Barberview Stadium. Ahead of the encounter, all eyes will be on Scotland's talisman, Kama Billiard, who has been enjoying a good run of form for the log leaders, having scored 11 goals in 22 matches. Billiard believes he still has a lot to offer for his team.
There's a lot to offer. There's a lot to offer. I should stay. I should be a team player at the end of the day, moving for the guys, make sure I see the runs for the guys, and try not to be selfish, because I don't want to play the game because of the goals. I want to play the game because the system that we're playing, it allows me to move in certain ways so that I can help my teammates. And the goals will always come if you move correctly, if you work together. And I just want to thank my teammates and everyone. It's not easy. They're the one that pushed me to be where I am today.
Still with sport, Dynamo's technical director Aristika has called on the club's fans to continue rallying behind the side as they prepare to host Zimbabwe at Rufaro on Sunday. Dimbara go into the encounter with a lot of confidence as they are unbeaten at home in their last 7 games.
Sunday, the number 1 player from the game with Simba is our supporter. If our supporter coming and give the good morale from the player from the first minute to 90 minutes, you'll give power from our team and you will try win the game. And if you win the game, the team have the plan to stay in the top again. This is my message. The supporter, please trust us. He's working for you hard this week from you coming Sunday and you happy, but you are the number 12 player Sunday to support our player, to give the morale from our player, and together after.
Now, Aristika believes that the fans have been important to the side as they push to give them their best on the pitch, and also heaped praises on Simba Bora for assembling a side that has both experience and young players.
The Dynamos have very nice support, and from this I talking from the player, everybody take the responsibility from the game and play from our supporter to like what play the team and good result. About if you have this.
Now remember, you can catch up by downloading the ZTN Prime app on Google Play Store or on Apple App Store, or by visiting ztnprime.com. That concludes tonight's bulletin. My name is Faith Nyawade. Good evening and have a lovely weekend.